Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So I hope you have seen the previous video that was all about the skeleton system intro part. Now we are starting with the human skeleton systems division. So the skeleton's main division is in two parts. First is the the first one is the axial part, axial skeleton system, and the second is the appendicular skeleton system. Second is the appendicular skeleton system. So the axial part of your body, the axial skeleton system generally includes the central framework. So you can see that this is the central framework. So your axial part है that contains जो आपका central framework है body का वो, और जो appendicular part है उसके अंदर आते हैं आपके limbs और girdles. So ये girdles हैं और ये आपके limbs हैं. So now in this video we are starting with the axial system. So let's begin. So so I hope this is visible to you. So we are starting with the axial skeleton system. So the axial skeleton system consists of the skull, vertebral column, sternum and the ribs part. So now we are starting with the skull. So जो skull है वो एक skeleton framework है जो आपके head means brain को जो protect करके रखता है. So this is your cranium and these are your facial bones. By mistake 7 is written but it consists of 8. Cranium bones are 8 in number. The facial bones are 14 in number and the cranium is 8 in number. So the upper top part of the cranium is also known as the brain box, वो बना है 8 बोन से और क्या है वो एक दूसरे से ना tightly joined है, permanently joined है, they are permanently fixed. So they are immovable types of joint here. Second is the facial joints. The facial bones, they are 14 in number. So facial bones हैं 14. जो upper और lower jaw है इसी के अंदर included है वो वाली भी जो upper jaw lower jaw है वो भी facial bones में included है. So they form the facial bones together. There is a part, cranium part. Now you see here. Just a minute. Yes. So you can see there's a hole. There's a large hole behind your skull part. So what's there? This hole is named as foramen magnum, through which now from here the spinal cord will emerge and will continue into the backbone. In the backbone, in the neural canal. Okay. So from here the neural canal flows into your backbone. So again we repeat the skull part. The skull protects the brain or the head. It consists of the two main parts, the cranium and the facial bones. Cranium bones are 18 in number and the facial bones are 14 in number. FF 14 and facial. ठीक है. अब जो बैक पार्ट है क्रेनियम का उसके पास एक लार्ज होल, वहां पे क्या है एक लार्ज होल है जिसे बोलते हैं फोरामेन मैग्नम, एंड दैट पार्ट उसी जगह से स्पाइनल कोड एमर्ज करती है ब्रेन से एंड देन इट कंटिन्यूज बिहाइंड द बैकबोन. सो नाउ लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड टू द वर्टिब्रल कॉलम. So what's there in the vertebral column? Vertebral column is popularly known as the backbone. So this is the backbone part. We popularly call it as the backbone. Okay. Or we call it as the spinal column or the vertebral column also. Okay. So vertebral column is also known as the spinal column, popularly known as the backbone. Now it is composed of a total 33 bones. So these bones are 33 in number. These bones are 33 in number, but some of the bones are fused together. Like this sacrum, this coccygeal means this sacrum part and this coccyx part, these bones are fused together. Now see the cervical bones. Now they're the ring-like bones. So now these bones are characterized according to their position, according to the position in which they lie. Okay. So this is the cervical vertebra. Cervical vertebra lies in the neck region. So cervical vertebra is composed of 7 bones. Thoracic vertebra in your thoracic cavity, these vertebra lies. So that's why thoracic vertebra, and they are composed of 12 bones. Now we are talking about the lumbar. Then they are composed of 5 bones. Then this coccygeal part is composed of 2 parts. This is the sacrum part, sacrum, 5 bones, and the coccyx part, this last part, this consists of the 4 bones. So 7, 12, 5, 5, and 4 bones. Okay. Now these 5 bones, sacrum 5 bones, are fused together to form 1 bone, and this 4 coccyx bone are combined together to form 1 bone. So they will be 7. Just a minute. Calculate all the bones. So the 7 plus 12 goes to 19, 19 and 5, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so this 25 and 1 bone, 26. So it's written that 33 individual bones and 26 fused bones. Now cervical 7, thoracic 12, lumbar 5, sacrum 5, coccyx 5. But these bones are fused to make one whole. But these bones are fused to make one. 7, 12, 5. These 5 are fused to make one bone and these 4 are fused to make one bone. Now analyze this diagram very carefully because this is very important part. Now we are starting with the structure of vertebra. Okay, before that let me tell you one thing. Why this vertebral column is curved? Why this vertebral column is curved in shape? The answer is this is curved. ये curved इसलिए है क्योंकि इसको बहुत सारा प्रेशर एक्सर्ट, जो लाइक स्कूल जाते हैं तो बैग बैक पे होता है, तो प्रेशर कहाँ एक्सर्ट हो रहा है मोस्टली, इट एब्जॉर्ब्स द प्रेशर बेसिकली, तो प्रेशर एब्जॉर्बिंग पार्ट है, कोई भी हैवी लोड उठाना होता है देन यू कैरी इट ऑन अवर बैक, ठीक है। अगर ये इरेक्ट होती तो ये स्ट्रेस को नहीं झेल पाती, प्रेशर को नहीं झेल पाती, सो देयर आर चांसेस कि वो ब्रेक हो जाए, बट इट इज कर्व टू मेंटेन अ बैलेंस, टू मेंटेन एन इरेक्ट पोजीशन एंड टू absorb the pressure and also the shock while we are traveling. Okay, so that's the part so that your vertebral column doesn't crack. Now we are starting with the structure of vertebra. So this structure of vertebra, I'll be explaining you all these parts. So the vertebra consists of the body. There's a body of vertebra. So this is the body of vertebra. This part is the body of vertebra. Just a minute, let me change the color so that it can be visible to you. Okay, it is quite better. Okay, let's start. So जो vertebra है वो किससे बना है? Body of the vertebra or the centrum. So ये है body of the vertebra or centrum. Got it? This purple part is the body of centrum, body of vertebra or centrum we call. Okay. Next is the opposite ends of the centrum are flat. What are the opposite ends? The ends, front and back ends are flat, are totally flat. Okay, the two opposite ends are flat. Learn side by side because otherwise you'll find it difficult. I'm clearing this now only. Okay. So the centrum are flat. There is a neural canal which is formed by the union of two neural arcs. अब ये दो, जो ये दो पार्ट हैं, ये जो यहां मैंने लिखा हुआ है, these two are the neural arcs. Vertebral arc और the neural arc, they are the same thing. So यहाँ बीच में क्या बना है इससे, ये जो पार्ट है, this is the neural canal. यहाँ से आपकी स्पाइनल कॉर्ड रन करेगी, ठीक है। ब्रेन से आने के बाद वी स्टडी ना कि ब्रेन से एमर्ज होने के बाद वो कंटिन्यू करती है बैकबोन में, सो इस न्यूरल कैनाल के थ्रू वो पास होती है और उसको प्रोटेक्टेड रखता है वर्टिब्रल कॉलम। So again we repeat, this is the body of vertebra or the centrum, which is flat on the both the sides of the centrum are flat. On the back side of the centrum is a neural canal. So this is the canal, the neural canal, which is formed by the union. So it is generally formed जब ये दोनों meet हुए हैं neural canal, neural arc, तभी तो ये neural canal बनी है ना. So neural canal which is formed by the union of two neural arcs. तो ये दो neural arcs के union से क्या बना है हमारे पास, neural canal. Now the neural spine is a flat longitudinal ridge-like projection from the neural arcs. अब ये जो बीच का part है, this is the neural spine. Let me write here the neural spine. So this is the neural spine. Why we say this is the neural spine? क्योंकि ये क्या है, एक फ्लैट रिज लाइक प्रोजेक्शन है जो कि इस न्यूरल कैनाल को प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा है, रिज लाइक प्रोजेक्शन है ये. सो अगेन बॉडी ऑफ द सेंट्रम, two neural arcs with which is formed the neural canal through which runs the spinal cord, and there's a ridge like projection that is the neural spine. Okay, the neural arcs bears articular facets which helps in joining two vertebra one behind the other. Now their articular facets. What is articular facet? Let me tell this part. Just a minute. This part, you can see now this part. This part is the article. ये क्या है? These are up. There are many. 33 vertebrae are there. So to join them together, these articular facts are there. Okay. And there's one intervertebral disc. Intervertebral disc या फिर हम इसे जिसे हम ग्रिस्टल बोल सकते हैं. वो क्या है? That helps वो एक कुशन बना देता है between two vertebrae. ठीक है. Articular facts और फिर उसके बाद क्या है? Cartilage या फिर intervertebral gristle है यहाँ पे, ये वाला पार्ट जो है, दिस पार्ट यहाँ पे होता है कुशन लाइक, एक पैर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होता है जो एक्ट करता है लाइक अ कुशन बिटवीन द टू वर्टिब्रास. ठीक है, दो वर्टिब्रास के बीच में होता है ये, सो दैट देयर इज अ कुशन बिटवीन द टू वर्टिब्रास. ओके, नाउ देयर आर मेनी पार्ट्स लाइक नेक ऑफ द सर्वाइकल वर्टिब्रा. सो लेट्स गो वन स्लाइड बैक. सो सी नाउ this first one is the first cervical vertebra is called the atlas vertebra. The second vertebra is called the axis. So the first is called the atlas and the second is called the axis vertebra. Now the other five left. 7 out of 2 we have taken. The other two vertebrae जो रह गए उनका कोई specific name नहीं है या फिर special names नहीं है. Okay. Now coming on to the thoracic vertebra. This thoracic vertebra. So it consists of 12 vertebrae. अब इसमें क्या होता है, देखो यहाँ पे न्यूरल स्पाइन, ये है न्यूरल स्पाइन जो प्रोजेक्शंस निकली हुई हैं. अब यू सी इन दिस होल डायग्राम, पूरे में जो न्यूरल स्पाइन थोरैसिक वर्टिब्रा की हैं वो बहुत ही लार्ज हैं, लॉन्ग है टर्म में. सो द लॉन्ग न्यूरल स्पाइन्स व्हिच आर डायरेक्टेड बैकवर्ड इन द थोरैसिक वर्टिब्रा. Each of the transverse processes bears on its extremity a facet for articulation. So यहाँ पे बैक में क्या है, हर एक के पास क्या है, जो हमने पीछे पढ़ा था ना, आर्टिकुलर जो कि हेल्प करते हैं जॉइनिंग में वन वर्टिब्रा विद अनदर, तो वो यहाँ पे बहुत ही ज्यादा क्योंकि पावरफुल बैक मसल्स हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ द लोड इस पार्ट में कैरी किया जाता है, लेस लोड यहाँ कैरी किया जाता है एंड लेस हियर. ओके. And they are joined with the rib. Now this is joined with the ribs like this. Okay, on each side they are joined with the ribs. Now the lumbar vertebra. This lumbar vertebra consists of five bones. Consists of five bones. A large bone which is by the fusion of it is a well developed neural spine. यहाँ पे बहुत देखो well developed है ना neural spine. यहाँ पे long थे लेकिन यहाँ पे well developed neural spine है हमारे पास, जो कि सर्व करते हैं powerful back muscles से. Okay. Sacrum. Now this sacrum part, here it's written coccygeal, but this is sacrum part and this is the coccyx part. So sacrum, it is a large bone which is made by the fusion of five bones. I told you now that this is made by the fusion of five bones and this is made by the fusion of four bones. So five and four. Now there's when this coccyx, this is the last part of the backbone which ends in the pelvis, in the pelvic girdle, we can say it ends there, made up of four fused vertebrae, last part of the backbone, which represents the rudimentary tail in the human body. तो जब ये बाहर निकल जाती हैं, अच्छे से प्लेस नहीं होती, पोजिशनिंग सही नहीं होती कॉकेक्स की, तो ये इन द फॉर्म ऑफ रूडिमेंट्री टेल ये बाहर आ जाती हैं और जनरली डॉक्टर इसको रिमूव कर देते हैं. सो यू कैन सी ऑन द स्क्रीन द पिक ऑफ द रूडिमेंट्री टेल ऑफ अ बेबी which is outside. ठीक है. Babies are sometimes, very rarely, babies are born with a small tail which doctors usually remove. Okay. Generally the rudimentary tail is the coccyx. The coccyx projects out, it's not in the proper position. Now this is the ribs or the sternum part. So see, sternum is a long flat bone which lies in the middle part, in the middle front part of the chest. So in this you can see, okay, see this diagram. Okay, this bone you can feel also in the middle front part, in your front part, in the middle, there's a long flat bone and that bone is called the sternum. So this is the sternum. Now between this sternum and this ribs, these are the ribs, between the sternum and the ribs there's a cartilage through which they are joined, that is the hyaline cartilage. So ribs, they are the 12 pairs of ribs. We all know 12 pairs of ribs, you have seen the 12 pairs, and we know that generally there are 12 pairs of ribs along with the thoracic vertebrae. So they are joined, these ribs are joined with, you can see, backside they are joined with the thoracic vertebra. They are joined with the thoracic vertebra ribs. Thoracic vertebra, okay. Now, we have done what is the use of, or no, what is the function of this rib cage? The function of the rib cage is to protect the lungs and the heart, okay. So it's the bony cage, or we say it as the rib cage. Now, the different types of ribs, these first seven ribs are called the true ribs. Why true ribs? Because they are truly attached, क्योंकि वो सीधा सीधा attached है sternum से. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and this is the seventh. ये seven directly attached है sternum से. Okay, that's why they are called the true ribs. अब जो false ribs हैं, the false ribs which are also known as vertebrochondral ribs, वो directly attached नहीं है sternum से. You can see directly attached नहीं है ना sternum से, but वो क्या है, they're attached with, अब ये जो seventh है इसी से 8th 9th और 10th इस 7th से ही attached है और 7th sternum से attached है. So these false ribs are also known as vertebrochondral ribs. Next part is the 11th and the 12th pair of ribs. These this side and these two this side. So these 11th and 12th pair of ribs are not attached to the sternum. Now you can see they are not attached to the sternum, but they're attached with the vertebrae. They're attached with the vertebrae, and that's why only we call them as the vertebral ribs, because they're attached with the vertebra. That's why we call them as the vertebral ribs or the floating ribs, because they are generally floating. Okay, again first seven two ribs because they are directly attached. ना 8 9 10 हो गए false ribs क्योंकि वो 7 से अटैच है, और 11 12 floating ribs या vertebral ribs क्योंकि वो अटैच है vertebral column से. और false ribs को हम क्या बोलते हैं? vertebrochondral ribs. Okay, so these are the names, you have to learn them and they are quite easy also. So this is only written here. Sternum is a long flat breastbone lying in the middle of the front part of the chest. Now they are about the ribs. There are 12 pairs of ribs. 7 pairs of ribs are called the true ribs, which are attached in the front of the sternum with the help of the hyaline cartilage. 8 9 10th attached नहीं होते, directly attached नहीं है, but वो 7th sternum से attached, but directly with the sternum, but joined with the 7th rib with the help of hyaline. वो भी hyaline cartilage. ये जो blue part है ये hyaline cartilage है भाई, ध्यान से देख लो. Next part, जो लास्ट टू 11 to 12 पेयर है रिब्स की, वो अटैच नहीं है स्टर्नम से, किन, वो वर्टिब्रल रिब से, क्योंकि वो वर्टिब्रा से अटैच है, दैट्स व्हाई दे आर कॉल्ड एज द फ्लोटिंग रिब्स. Today we will do up to here only, but let us count all the bones that are in the eggshell skeleton. So A part is the skull. So skull consists of the cranium, facial bones, ear bones, and the hyoid bone. So we have done cranium bones. Tell me the cranium bones now. Eight bones. So cranium are eight. Cranium are eight. Facial bones. Facial bones are 14. Ear bones. We have three bones in each ear. The names are malicus, incus, and stepes. And the smallest bone in the body is the stepes bone, which is present in the ear. Okay. So 3 into 2, 6. So 3 in one ear and 6 in both the ears. So 6 in that and one hyoid bone. Hyoid bone is generally your tongue bone. जो टंग के नीचे प्रेजेंट होती है बोन, दैट इज द हायोड बॉन. सो वो होती है एक. नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट दीज फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. सो इट बिकम्स 14 8 22, 22 and 6 20, and this becomes 29. So this becomes 29. So 29 bones होती हैं in the skull part. Vertebral column में कितनी होती हैं? We are taking the fused one. So 26 fused. Ribs are 12 into 2. Why? क्योंकि 12 पेयर होते हैं. पेयर में 2 होता है, तो 12 पेयर मीन्स 12 into 2 24. So this becomes 24. और sternum क्या है? Long bone. फर्स्ट एक ही है वो, तो प्लस वन. Now 29 plus 26 plus 24. This becomes 25 and 20, 24 and 26 becomes, and plus 29 also you do. So the total becomes 80. The total becomes 80. This becomes 50 plus 151, 51, and that becomes 80. So that's 80 bones are there in your eggshell skeleton. So now remember this point, eggshell skeletons consist of 80 bones. So total 80 bones hoti hain. So I hope you enjoyed watching video and you learned a lot from this video. I'll be coming back soon with a new video on the appendicular skeleton system, which consists of the bones of the limbs and the girdles. Till then, learn the full and make sure you have subscribed the channel so that you will be notified, and like and share the video.